I'm Tim Bergen, and one of my waitstaff told me that you wanted to talk to me about something you got going on.
Yeah, thanks for coming over, Tim. I wanted to tell you about a campaign that I'm involved with called 40 Days for Life. It's a national pro-life campaign. I'm just so excited about it. I wanted to let you know about it.
40 Days for Life. Is this kind of like a protest or something? Or?
No, actually, it is putting it in the hands of the Lord. It's based on 2 Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my holy face and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear them from heaven and will heal their land. So it's basically prayer and fasting.
Yeah, I mean, talk about politics. I mean, it's like the guy. He wants to get rid of mortgage insurance as a write-off. He wants to cut SBA funding. You still are in basically a recession, and these are the things that he thinks is going to help.
Right.
I don't get it.
It's a tough time to govern, I think, on a state level, on a national level, and I think we saw the president's popularity going up a little bit after the elections in November, and I don't think it's going to continue that way. It's probably plummeting quite a bit. Yeah, that's probably true.
I can't believe this.
You're giggling like a girl.
No, I'm not. But if I am, that's because I got a text back from the girl I sent flowers to, and she loved them.
You sent her those day-old Valentine flowers, didn't you?
Did you hear what I said? She loved them. Man.
So do I know your girlfriend?
No.
The head of
FunFest is your birthday party capital of the world. Our party packages are so much fun and exciting that we call them Funfestic. Let the expert staff at FunFest create a lifelong memory for that special someone in your life. We offer packages for children, teens, and adults. We also specialize in group events ranging from 20 to 300 people. Book your next birthday party or group event today. Call us at 412-828-1100 or reach us online at www.funfestcenter.com.
Did you know that 95% of Christian parents do not send their children to Christian schools? One reason parents often give is that they want their kids to be salt and light. A noble idea, but consider that they have the rest of their lives to be salt and light. What they need now is an education where they can learn, think, and learn how to think in an atmosphere where their worldview is supported, not ignored or run down. Give them that and their light will shine. Visit PittsburghChristianSchools.net and step up to Christian education.
Remember when paying attention to detail was important to building things that last? At Omega Home Improvements, we believe that your siding deserves that same attention to detail so it too is built to last. We specialize in a foam back insulated panel that features 5 times the energy efficiency and is 4.5 feet longer than other panels used on homes today. We're Omega Home Improvements, doing it right from beginning to end.
Check it out. New to You Kids features retail clothing for children. Many of our items can be found in high-end boutiques. We provide quality clothing and excellent service and specialize in dressing your children from head to toe for weddings, graduations, holiday wear, and pageants. We recognize that you want your children to look their very best. Therefore, these clothing lines are unique and fashionable. New to You Kids is located at 2405 Sawmill Run Boulevard, Route 51 in Pittsburgh.
This started in Texas. This is a movement, a kind of a national movement that started in Texas?
Actually, 4 people sitting around a little wooden table in College Station, Texas, came up with this idea through praying to use 40 days, which is a very important time period that God uses to transform people and things. So they had the idea to pray and fast for 40 days, asking God to bring an end to abortion and to hold a 24-hour round-the-clock prayer vigil at their local Planned Parenthood in College Station, Texas. Now, it's spread since then, and we have about 260 cities in this country and also some other countries that are participating during the spring campaign.
So how many years have this been has this been going on?
Started about 6 years ago. I think
Okay.
it was '07 that they had their first campaign.
Now, this isn't, you aren't protesting, you aren't stopping women from going into the Planned Parenthood centers, you're just doing what?
Peacefully praying, peacefully. And you know what I really like about this campaign is I'm not political at all. This is not asking politicians to change things. This is not political at all. It's basically putting it in God's hands because God, it's putting our faith in God that He can end abortion when His people will turn back to Him and repent and ask Him to.
So what is it that you're getting churches involved? So what does a church do? What do you expect a church to do?
Well, here in Pittsburgh, I'm the campaign director for the Pittsburgh 40 Days for Life. In the fall campaign, we asked 40 churches to each adopt one of the 40 days at the vigil and then invite their congregations to go down there and pray on that day. So we did do that. The Lord was faithfully brought 42 churches to our vigil. And now for the spring campaign, we're asking for 80 churches. So we want to do that again.
So you get a coordinator in any church, and they gather a bunch of folks from the church to just go down outside their local Planned Parenthood clinic and just pray. It's not. They're not holding up signs. They're not protesting.
They do hold a little sign that says "Pray to End Abortion," just so that people don't think they're standing there waiting for the bus.
Okay. Okay. So they're standing there and they're just praying, and they pray all day. They take an all day thing.
Usually people take an hour shift, and they'll try to fill. In Pittsburgh, we just do a 12-hour vigil from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. because we're in a very inner city location. Wouldn't be safe at night.
So it's not you're not being confrontational at all. It's not about confronting. It's just about letting God be God, and the church is taking a stand to say, okay, we're just going to stand here and pray. It's our civic right to be able to stand on the sidewalk and pray, and we're not here to cause.
Please welcome Mr. Scott Callender.
Open my eyes to see from you. Open my ears to hear from you. I open my heart. I open my heart to receive. I lift up my song to sing to you. I lift up my life to live for you. I lift up my soul. I lift up my soul in praise. Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. I come to you, Lord, as a child and a friend. Lift up this praise to you, oh God, and dedicate my love anew. To lift up this praise to you, oh God, and celebrate the one who guides me in the truth. Eyes to see from you. Open my ears to hear from you. I open my heart. I open my heart to receive. I lift up my song to sing to you. I lift up my life to live for you. I lift up my soul. I lift up my soul in praise. Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. I come to you, Lord, as a child and a friend. To lift up this praise to you, oh God, and dedicate my love to lift up this praise to you, oh God, and celebrate the one who guides me in the truth. I lift up my praise to you, oh God, and dedicate my love anew. I lift up my praise to you, oh God, and celebrate the one who guides me in the truth. You guide me in the truth.
Take care of something real quick, okay? I'll be right back. You need anything?
Oh, I'm good.
You, okay, all right. Marcus, I wanted to tell you something real quick, just so you're not. I hired somebody to help you out and direct today's show, okay?
What? What are you talking about? I don't want a director. I don't need a director. I've never needed a director. I direct myself.
Yes, you do. And it shows in the actual show. So I want you to have a little bit of help. You want to go to the next level, you got to take some extra steps, okay?
Okay, well, listen, I am serious about going to the next level, but I don't need any help doing my show.
Oh, come on. I'm your business partner. This is what I do. I bring my expertise. I give you a little financial advice. We make it better, all right? Let me tweak it a little bit, and it'll be great.
I never even wanted a business partner, and stop tweaking me.
Yeah, all right.
Ow.
Don't worry about it, all right? Be great. Trying to help the man.
Marcus, he always keeps things interesting.
Always an iron in the fire, so to speak, right?
Absolutely. I haven't seen Marcus for a couple weeks now. He seems to be doing pretty well, though.
He's always got a plan, man.
That's
He's
good.
got a plan. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're interesting.
Not so. Okay.
But talking about plan, what's up with the budget plan?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's I think drawn a lot of criticism a little bit on both sides. It's definitely a tough time, as I was mentioning earlier, a tough time to govern, and the president was doing much better kind of after the midterm elections. I think that was a pretty humbling process, and he was doing better and kind of working more in a bipartisan way.
We could only be so lucky that he could be a little humbled.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a tough time to put together a budget. So I think we have to give him a little bit of flexibility, but at the same time, it's a rough budget. I think we both know that.
What fascinates me with the way that he looks is, and I hate to sound like Fox News or anybody or a talking head from the right side of the aisle, but they only seem to talk about compromise. Okay, we'll talk and compromise when they've lost.
Right.
I mean.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, November I think was humbling, and now this is a time as well for Speaker Boehner and the Republican leadership to step up and hopefully show that they're going to fulfill what they promised, which was cutting spending and really kind of reducing the burden on all of us.
That's something as somebody that does a lot of stuff with young people and has been around, and been on the periphery and been involved for so long, young Republicans at the state level and stuff. Don't you think that what kind of impact would it have made if they would have picked somebody young, or if they would have picked somebody that wasn't kind of the face of the de facto party?
Oh, to be the speaker?
Yeah.
Oh, and Speaker Boehner. That's an interesting question, because for the whole year leading up to the election, I mean, he was the one that was out there giving the speeches, the fire Pelosi banners that would be behind him when he was speaking. So that's a very interesting question. Eric Cantor. I had a feeling you might say Eric Cantor.
Or Paul Ryan or somebody. They make somebody like
or
that.
Or even Heath Schuler, who I think actually ran again.
Well, he
he was on the other side. That's right. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Paul Ryan and Eric Cantor.
Just something new, something younger.
And I don't think it's always just an age thing. I mean, Mike Pence is someone who I think brings fresh ideas as well. And I guess you see him a little bit tossed around as a 2012 potential for president or vice president. Oh, actually, I guess he might be running for governor, though, as well.
Oh, Mike Pence.
But it still would be a potential as a VP. But this 2012 field is just all over the place. And we saw it at CPAC, Congressman Paul actually won with about 20%. The Donald back in the mix. I've been a big Apprentice fan since the beginning, and I think the Donald in the mix would be, again, interesting. I don't know what would happen out of it.
For your entertainment political value.
Right.
I mean, there's pure entertainment.
Yeah, I'll say on a personal level, I wouldn't mind walking him through a Republican event or two just to kind of get to know the Donald. But from a practicality standpoint, at the end, I mean, I would guess that the Romneys, the Palentis, the Haley Barbers, the Mitch Daniels will be the ones that are still standing at the end. We'll see, though. It's going to be
Man, can you believe Phil's nerve? He went and hired somebody to direct my show without even asking me.
Who is it?
I don't know. He didn't say. My goodness, man. It's crazy.
His place, His place, His place.
Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kiva Han Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today.
His place.
Our patient load is 2-10 plus 5, including a critically ill infant going for cardiac surgery.
Captain Barb Gibbons has been a registered nurse for over 10 years, but in all her years caring for patients, she never imagined she'd be taking it to this level.
I'm a flight nurse in the Air Force Reserve. Our mission, to save lives. Whether it's transporting injured soldiers or assisting a civilian in need of critical care, we're ready. I know being a flight nurse is a part-time job, but it's a full-time experience.
And it's one of many exciting careers in the Air Force Reserve. Call 800-257-1212. Air Force Reserve, above and beyond.
Oh, my Lord, what is he doing now?
Who knows?
You don't think.
Card on the site! No, just kidding, man. I'm just practicing.
No. I know Phil didn't hire you to direct my show.
Why not? I have all kind of experience.
Exactly. What experience can you possibly have?
Every year, I direct the annual delivery dryers annual review.
Yeah.
We have a big play. We sell tickets. We make all kind of money and give it all to charity. How about that?
Yeah, whatever.
That's nice.
Hey, thanks, Walt.
It's Mr. Wiley.
Yeah, whatever.
You better give me some coffee while you're at it before you get too busy.
Take two. Hey, Marcus, wait a minute.
Been doing this, nationally for 6 years or so. I'm assuming there've been some kind of results, or you wouldn't keep doing it.
They've had incredible results. They've started with one clinic in College Station, Texas. Now there's 260 cities this spring that are participating, over 260 cities. They have confirmed saved 3,599 babies because the women go to the abortion clinics to get the abortion, and the peaceful prayer witness is there, and through the Holy Spirit, they change their minds. They've had many clinic workers have conversions and leave their jobs, including the most well-known one, Abby Johnson. You might have heard of her. She just came out with a book, and it's already on the bestseller list. It's called Unplanned. She actually was the director at the College Station Planned Parenthood, where they started their first 40 Days for Life. And she worked there with them outside of her window with a peaceful prayer vigil going on for, I think, 4 campaigns before one day being called in to assist with an ultrasound-guided abortion. And she had never seen that before. She actually had to hold the probe on the woman's abdomen and watch the image of the, I think it was a 12-week-old baby fighting for its life, kicking, trying to get away from the probe, and then ultimately losing its fight. After that, she went back into her office and realized she couldn't do that anymore. And she had developed a relationship with the people from the 40 Days for Life, David B. Wright and Sean Carney, and she knew that because of with the 40 Days for Life, it's so peaceful, and they responded to her with love. She felt comfortable in going to them, and she actually helps them now, and is
what an amazing story. A woman who ran a clinic, saw these churches doing what you said. Basically, you're asking churches to sign up to go down just to pray, just not to confront anybody, just to pray and allow God to do His work. And because of that, This woman was placed in a situation where she saw what it was really all about and said, I can't do this anymore. And that's one major life, and over 3,000 babies that have had their lives saved just by people simply praying.
Yes, it's a wonderful opportunity really to unite the body of Christ in our nation, to just join together in prayer and fasting and vigil.
So obviously you're doing this, you're heading up the Pittsburgh branch of that. You got some kind of kickoff going on or something like that?
Yeah, we're going to have our kickoff event March 5th. It's a Saturday night, 6 o'clock. It's at the First Presbyterian Church in the sanctuary. We'll have a worship band and speakers, and then we'll have a candlelit procession to the Planned Parenthood a couple blocks down the road, and we'll have our closing hymn and prayer there in front of the abortion clinic.
It sounds like a plan, like a good thing you got
Tim,
going on.
here you go.
Okay, thank
Excuse
you very
me.
much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Everything
you
okay,
are the
Nikki?
service guy,
Okay.
which is great. I love that about you. It really is. It makes me feel bad that I don't do as much as you do. But, on that, when we were talking the last time, and you're telling me about all your friends that go out and donate their time and volunteer and stuff like that, and you never know that these guys that you were telling me about spend that much time and effort volunteering.
Yeah, I mean, a big theme of my second book, which is called Give Our Passion, is all about the Republicans fighting for the issue of service and making sure that they're doing the good work that it takes to help our communities grow, and not just giving financially, but also sweat equity. People thinking, if money didn't matter and I could do anything I want for the rest of my life, what would I do with myself? What fires you up? What motivates you enough? What inspires you enough to get up every day, out of your bed, and go do it?
Yeah.
And that's what I think we all really need to find is what
call to action.
Our call to action, what motivates us, and that's so important. So, as Republicans, as libertarians as well, people that believe in small government, it's I think really important that you kind of put your service where your mouth is. And if you believe in smaller government, if you want less government programs,
Somebody's got to pick up the slack.
Right. Then we need to give our sweat equity and our time and our talent and our passion to the causes, the missions, the organizations that we care so deeply about.
I think people do that, but I think a lot of that, at least for me, if I was going out and volunteering and putting my time, I'm not running around waving flags saying, "Oh, look at me,
Right.
look how much I'm donating of my time and stuff." Like they always say during the Reagan years that donations and charitable contributions were exponentially higher. When overt tax increases and stuff go down and more people have more disposable income, they donate more.
Right. I mean, there definitely has to be that level of modesty, of course, but I'm a big believer in, whatever you can do to use your positive peer pressure to recruit your friends and your colleagues and your peers.
Well, that's different.
Yeah,
That's a different thing. I'm talking about the fact that, yes, the Republicans and conservatives, however we want to delineate them, they go and donate and they go and put forth their efforts, but nobody pays any attention to that because they're not out there tooting their own horn about it. Whereas you look at certain people that are more left, social justice type people, they're out there in your face, and it's almost more that they're promoting themselves than they're actually giving.
Sure. I mean, and that's
the problem. I
definitely see the point that you're making, but I think it is so important to make sure that you are getting the word out if it's through using social media. And I don't want to say that it's bragging, but you got to let people know what you're doing. I mean, absolutely. And that
how do you get over that hurdle and make people understand that?
Right. I think it's by putting your messages together in a much less bragging way and a much more, come join me, be part of this positive movement, be part of this mission, this cause that inspires me. I mean, I've had a lot of fun just recruiting my friends and colleagues and peers to become part of Big Brothers Big Sisters or to get involved with the Special Olympics. Some friends of mine came out to some events related to the Special Olympics in the fall.
Well, I know. I went to the one, and
you were there, Phil. Yeah, on Friday night.
All those youngsters were there. I was impressed.
Right.
I mean, it was a good crowd.
We raised $1,000 that night at the event. You were at $130,000 total raised for Special Olympics. The next month in March, actually, our organization here in Western Pennsylvania is going to raise about $170,000 for Big Brothers Big Sisters through Bowl for Kids' Sake. And wherever people are, kind of checking out different shows like, or checking us out, they can donate and then get involved in Bowl for Kids' Sake in their neighborhoods.
Get those younger people coming in and looking at the.
Besides being here, I know you used to be a worship church in a worship leader in a fairly large church.
Yes, sir.
Here in Pittsburgh, and now you're doing what?
Right now, I'm traveling. I've been. As of last July, I went ahead and took a step of faith Like you said, I was a worship director for a couple ministries and have been leading worship in some capacity for about 20 years, actually, going back to college. So, what I had done back in July, I released my last praise and worship album called God of the Impossible. Took a step of faith, and I said, hey, I went out there and I take bookings now to be, obviously to promote my music and, glorify God in that, and then be a backup worship leader. Cool. So, probably in the 90-minute radius of Pittsburgh, I, take bookings from churches. I'll go out and be a backup worship leader if their worship leader wants to take a vacation. Or
why do you do this, Scott? Why do you do this? Why do you do this style of music? It's
passion. I believe God called me as a teenager, to bring Him glory and to give him everything I got. And He led me into music, and it's been a real honor to do this.
Well, what are you going to do for us?
Well, this song is off the latest album, God of the Impossible. It's called The Place of Surrender.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you could give it up for Scott Callender, who's going to do The Place of Surrender. Give it up.
Oh, to trust my God with it all and focus my passion on your holy call. This world tries to fight me every day and strip my devotion toward your perfect way. But there is a place you gave for me that's safe within your arms. In the shadow of your wings, if I just say yes to God, there's no place like the place of surrender, where I'm seeking the face of my Father. For in that place the lies yield to truth, problems fade and my strength is renewed. And in that place there's no more fear. You comfort my heart and you count my tears. It's where your perfect love shines through. It melts away my shame. The place your power is released and your spirit falls like rain. There's no place like the
I hope you enjoyed another great His Place program. Listen, if you want more information about Scott and his music, or more information about Tom or about Nikki, go to our website at hisplace.tv and we'll give you all that information. Tune in to the next His Place. We've got a great show. Are you wondering about why so many people are leaving the faith? Well, we're going to be talking about that with our very special guest, Drew Dick, is going to be here, and also the Letter Black, great music group. Don't miss it.